It's time for you to bridge the gap between reading about mindfulness content and scrolling through it on social media channels and actually implementing these practices into your daily life in ways that are easy, non-intrusive, and stick. This video is for you if you want to optimize your already existing routines. You know what you should be doing, but you're not actively doing it yet. Struggle with stress and anxiety and feeling like you just can't manage it all. Really tired of spending money on self-care routines that don't seem to actually make you feel any better. And more importantly, if you are ready to experience more ease and flow in your daily life. So let's get started. These are 3 easy ways for you to incorporate more mindfulness into your already existing daily life. I want you to grab a piece of paper because, like I said, these exercises are for you to not just think about mindfulness, but to get really tangible with your day-to-day and how you can improve your day-to-day without massively changing your routines or buying something new, for goodness sake. Don't buy something new. Okay, so before we begin, if you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Selena, and I help guided and people to live a lit up life. I focus on clarity, confidence, and courage. And I share easy daily practices to help you cultivate a rich inner life so that you can make choices that manifest the life of your dreams externally, and so that you can feel really good along the way. Things that I'm going to cover is how to cultivate a rich inner life, why mindfulness, getting to the root of why mindfulness is so important and you feeling better on a daily basis. And then 3 really tangible ways. And when I say tangible, I mean, what am I doing in my daily life and how can I improve and optimize those things in ways that stick? So let's get started. Let's talk about what it is to cultivate a rich inner life. I've been in the wellness industry for over 10 years, and I think that this is a huge crux of where the wellness industry gets it wrong. They're big on selling compartmentalization. You, your self-care routine. You, your intuition. You, your yoga retreat. It's separating it when in actuality, you are these things. You already are your intuition. You already are your self-care. You already are your mindfulness. So you need to integrate those things and empower you to realize you already have everything that you need. A rich inner life is one where you feel integrated and empowered. You know that you have everything that you need. You are in a deep relationship with yourself, which takes daily practice. You tune in, you get to know yourself, you know your preferences, you allow yourself to dream so that you can take this space of where you are and really live out being your most creative and expansive being. And a rich inner life starts with clarity. Who are you? What do you want? And who do you want to become? If this is resonating with you, I'm fairly new to the YouTube space, but I am so passionate about sharing these tools and resources. So if this is resonating with you, I invite you to subscribe because in the coming weeks and months, I'm going to continue sharing really tangible tools meant to help you get inner clarity. And I always want you to leave this channel feeling inspired, empowered, and expanded. So I'm super committed to building an international community. If that's you, be sure to hit subscribe. And if you have a friend or colleague who you're like, they need to be here, please send them this video. So let's just talk about why mindfulness. Mindfulness honors your inner landscape. That thing that I was talking about, cultivating a rich inner life, that's your inner landscape. Mindfulness is like tending to that garden. Moving slow, moving with intention, moving with creative opportunity. Mindfulness is about cultivating presence and joy in this moment, okay? These are tangible exercises for you to really consider and self-reflect your current daily life. So if you don't already have a piece of paper, please grab one. And actually, I'm gonna get one too. So let's pause the video and come back in a second. Okay, here we go. You already have the tools that you need to cultivate more mindfulness into your daily life. I find that my clients and students, and myself included, are always getting sucked into the next hyped up self-care, and they feel this pressure that they need to like optimize their self-care routine or like try this new thing. But the reality is that daily life demands quite a lot from us, and so at the end of the day, you're too tired to do your self-care routine. So we're gonna erase that. I want to talk about mindful versus mindless, because there are so many things that we do on a daily basis, not even daily, on a second by second basis, that are completely mindless. And a very tangible way to turn your daily life into being more mindful is to flip those things that are currently mindless and inviting, cultivating some mindfulness into those activities. So let's make this really tangible. So here's the exercise. Take your piece of paper. I want you to write down, let's start small. Write down 5 things that you do already every day that you're completely tuned out doing. You can go ahead and pause the video. I'm gonna do it with you. Brushing my teeth, doing the dishes, driving. Should be more aware, but we all know that you kind of like check out when you drive. Folding laundry, making my bed. Okay, so these are 5 things that I do every day that are just so kind of mundane in what they are that I just tune out while I do them. I'm completely mindless when I'm doing them. Okay, so pause. Look at your list. Let's choose 2. It can be totally random. I'm gonna do 2. Brushing my teeth and doing the dishes. This week, your challenge is to bring more mindfulness into these 2 activities. Now, to make this even more tangible, I want you to pause the video and brainstorm 2 ways for each of these activities that you can be more mindful. Seriously, pause the video and write this down, because this is how you make a difference in your daily life. Okay, I'll give you the example. I can be more mindful while brushing my teeth by actually tasting the toothpaste and by not walking around, because sometimes I'm brushing my teeth while I'm like turning the lights off and making tea and like doing other things. But I can be more mindful during the experience of brushing my teeth by standing still, tasting the toothpaste, and being in the physical sensation of brushing my teeth. Okay, so that was my first tip, to turn what is mindless into something that is mindful. My second tip is to tune in and notice what lights you up and what completely turns you off. I was a yoga teacher for many years in New York City, and I used to lead yoga trainings for new teachers and for students who are interested in deepening their practice. And in yoga, we talked a lot about adding to your toolbox. Okay, well, what does that actually mean? That means that you as a person have a breadth of tools that you use on a daily basis, maybe conscious or unconscious, of how you navigate and deal with and digest what happens to you externally and internally on a daily basis. When we're adding to our toolbox, we're being thoughtful about new things that we're taking on that are going to improve our ability to navigate and manage life's challenges, ups, downs, blah, 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 and turn things into opportunities. So this is a new tool for your toolbox. We're gonna know what makes you stressed out and what makes you feel good. And if this feels really rudimentary, I totally get it, but chances are you've consumed this media, but you haven't actually sat your butt down in a chair and really implemented it or self-reflected into your daily life. So here's my thought starter for you, and you're gonna do this on your piece of paper and I'll do it with you. I want you to list 5 things that really stress you out. Hit pause and let's do it together. You've got your list of things that really stress you out. I can share, one of mine is running late, and another one is grocery shopping. More specifically, grocery shopping when I'm hungry. That's so stressful. Great, so you've got that list. Now you're gonna make another list, and this is your thought starter. Write down 5 things that make you feel really good. Pause the video and come back when you're done. And what I mean by make you feel good is things that you can noticeably feel in your body and mind, that you feel more relaxed, you feel more clear-minded, you feel that feeling like you've just taken a breath of fresh air. 2 things off mine are yoga, but more specifically like gentle stretching, especially if I light candles and I maybe put a little bit of music on. I always feel very relaxed. And then walks in nature. So I've given you 2 lists. This list of what feels good, this is your toolbox. Sometimes when we're feeling down or stressed or anxious, we forget our toolbox. We forget the things that make us feel good. And so this list, I would even recommend putting it somewhere where you can easily access, maybe in your wallet or next to your computer on your desk, somewhere where you can go back to often and be like, oh yeah, I have tools to make me feel better. This is a mindfulness practice because you're bringing forward into your daily life tools that you've chosen that work for you. And chances are when you go into these tools, so yoga or a walk in nature or meditation or a bath, calling a best friend, I don't know, whatever is on your list, chances are when you do those things, you're really quite present in that experience. You're mindful. So always remember that you can take the time to stop, to readjust, reorient, and come back more centered and more present. So far we have turning your already existing mindless routines into mindful routines. We have your list of your toolbox that you go back to when you're feeling stressed or down, and you can go in there and sort of reinfuse yourself with mindful intention and energy. And then third and finally, I want you to be clear on what your why is. Now that might feel really kind of esoteric, but let me just ground it down. On a daily basis, life demands a lot of us. There's things that are unexpected. We might be looking out for other people. We've got a lot of stuff that we're doing. And it can be easy to get kind of lost in the logistical blah, blah, blah of daily life. It can be easy to get lost in that. And if too much time goes by when you're lost in this kind of like survival, keeping up with day-to-day stuff, you're not mindful. You're no longer tuning into who you are, what you want, and who you want to become. But when you have a why, when you know your vision or what you're working towards or what is your guiding force, that's something that you can always come back to on a daily basis when life is feeling like popcorn. You can be like, nope, I know what my intention here is. So clarity is really key here. And if you're new to my channel, clarity is my vibe. Clarity is what I'm really good at helping other people get. Clarity on what they want, build the confidence to go after it, and the courage to really step into the new version of themselves that is required to grow and expand. So if this is resonating with you, absolutely hit subscribe so that we can be together every week as we continue to build more mindfulness, as we continue to get more clear on what we want, as we continue to be in relationship with ourselves and our inner being and get that inner clarity. And this is how you turn just consuming mindful content into actually living and breathing in a tangible, real, easy way, practices that work for you and that stick. Okay, so as a little recap, turn what is mindless into mindful. Always have a list of your toolbox. What are the things that you know make you feel good and that make you feel centered and calm? And connect often to your big why, your intention. And if you need help on getting your why or intention, again, subscribe because I have lots of resources coming out around getting clarity and building practices that continue to connect you to that why and intention. Okay, that is all I have for you this week. After every coaching session, I always ask my clients, what was an aha or a big takeaway from the session today? And I want to pose that question to you. What was an aha, a takeaway? What is something that's changed the way that you think about something? And please drop that in the comments below so that we can all be expanded and celebrate what has shifted for you. If you have a friend who you think would really benefit from this video, be sure to share it with them. And I will see you next week.